Craig Tuck, welcome to you. Can you please explain to me first, what is dark social?
It's very dark. It's not a term that was coined by us. Back in 2012, it was understood and defined by a journalist for theatlantic.com in the US, Alexis Madrigal. And he defines dark social as the sharing of content online that can't be traced. And to put into context what I mean by a typical example of dark social at work, I follow 20th Century Fox on Twitter, and I'm interested in what they're posting. I want to keep up to date with movie information. I see a tweet for say, Maze Runner, a new release, and I'm interested in that tweet, and I think I've got 3 friends who might also be interested in that movie. I copy that link that they've used to shorten that piece of content for Twitter's character limits, let's say, and I post that, send that to those close friends through email or an IM conversation saying, hey, check this out, thought you might be interested in this. Those friends then engage and click on that link and engage in that content. Those friends, according to Twitter's analytics and any other analytics that sit on the site I've just shared that content from, sit in the dark. They're untraceable. On any analytics, they'll be seen as no referrer URL. An example recently is that Maze Runner link was retweeted 400 times. About 200 people had favorited that link on Twitter. I opened up the dashboard to see the true story behind that link and that piece of content. And in the same period, it actually had 38,000 clicks. That's that audience, and that's the true impact of the amount of engagement that content's getting, all sit in the dark.
So globally, what is the scale of what you refer to as dark social? How big is it?
Yeah, huge, and it really varies between categories. So on average, it's about 60% of all sharing occurs in the dark. Sharing and engagement with content. And contrary to popular belief or perception that most sharing occurs within social media, about 30% occurs across Facebook, Twitter, and the like. Around about 70% of sharing is the act of copy and pasting links into emails, into IM conversations, and sending them to people that we think might also be interested in that content, implicitly. So that's meaningful sharing that we need to understand as advertisers, as publishers, if we really want to move the needle and improve performance, engagement, awareness, and improve our insights.
Yeah, and how do you use it? How do you engage with it? What do you do at RadiumOne to leverage this dark social?
So we recognise we need to start planning, buying, understanding audiences and behaving in the way consumers do, and consumers engage with content across multiple devices, multiple different platforms and touch points in and out of social. So we developed 3 tools that help us leverage the way that consumers behave today. One is simply a URL shortener called Post URL. One is a sharing widget called Post Widget. We also have beacon technology that we can implement for copy and pasting of the URL that occurs from website destinations. And we have a mobile SDK called Connect. All those 3 things, once implemented by clients, but broadly implemented by us across our network, allow us to not only harness and understand the audience engaging in the dark, but because that's linked in real time to its own data management platform, that in real time informs its own ad server, all pieces of technology that we own and we've built and we operate, that audience that we uncover that's unique to us and that sits in the dark yesterday is now in the light. We know who they are, and we can power better performing display media across device as a result of having those 3 things intrinsically linked.
Dark social sounds kind of scary. Is there anything frightening hiding in the dark?
Sorry?
Is there anything scary hiding in the dark?
It might tell you some things that you didn't want to know or didn't even think about. I mean, you know, what the insights can give you is insight as to how to brief in separate platforms or channels outside of digital as an agency or client looking to resonate with new audiences. So we work with Budweiser, and they might use Post URL to wrap content they post into Facebook, into Twitter. The insights recently for those guys have said, yes, the people engaging with the links that you post are football fans, They like drinking beer, and they're slightly more male than female. But the insights also said they're actually really heavily likely to go to the cinema more than the average person. Their favourite genre of film is horror film, not rom-com. So for the planning buying team in the agency, that's insight that's valuable, that says, okay, next time round we have a media budget and we want to activate this audience, we should be briefing in cinema as a medium. So outside of what we do and we execute for clients, the insights themselves can really inform all the other channels that agencies look after on behalf of their brands.
Great talk. Thank you.
Thank you.